Yeah.
You know, they keep saying my friend, but...
Oh, I was saying that very sarcastically. I
Uh-huh.
guess it didn't pick up.
Uh-huh.
Well, you got the message at least. What's this?
My complete file documentary on the Unagi.
Where did you get this? Why did you get this?
I'm a researcher for monsters. I don't know if you've noticed.
Well, sure, but... Oh.
I went into our files, done my own conducted ones as well.
Right. For my kids. That's right, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gotcha. I suppose I should explain that real quick. Judas. If I die, or if anything happens to me, she gets custody of my kids for a short while. They go to her first.
Totally not his friend, by the way.
Totally not my friend.
I was having a hard time telling.
Anyway. I hope the travel wasn't too difficult. You get here alright?
Yeah, I got here pretty well. It's just... Apparently I had to do my job at MMR the moment I got there.
What is your job over there anyway?
I'm one of the medical departments, as well as the maids.
You're a maid?
That I am.
Alright then. Well, anyway. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, of course. I
What were-
figured it'd be at least somewhat important considering...
It is. Yeah.
I also know that you may not always have the facilities to know everything you can about it, so I figured hey, it's a good place to have on hand.
Sure. I appreciate the work on it. Judas here has been a big help recently, too. Actually,
We own this bar now.
yeah, there's that, too.
Yeah, I figured. After
Ju-
the money you threw at it.
Judas and his infinite wisdom and bottomless fucking pockets.
I wouldn't say it's bottomless.
Figure of speech.
I just put it in the right places.
We found the guy who owned the place, made an offer for him. He took it nearly instantly, which was a tad concerning, but, you know, I suppose you can't be happy
Well, when
about
it's in a
everything.
place like this and you literally don't have to do anything other than say that you own the shop, for free money, kind of easy. I would
Pretty-
take it.
Pretty much, so.
Did you at least get the deeds, the keys, and everything?
Oh, yeah,
We have
sure.
easy access to this facility.
Okay.
It's just he is still technically the owner.
We're,
Fair enough.
kind of like his management staff. He doesn't have to do a goddamn thing around here.
So he has a retirement fund now.
Pretty fucking much, yeah. That's
Works
kind of
out.
how
The
it
stock
works.
market has its benefits.
I didn't realize you got into stocks. When did that happen?
Hey, you should probably
When I
invest
was
in that
sitting
too.
around and doing absolutely nothing, I saw patterns and I like following patterns and helped out.
Are you telling me pattern recognition for you goes crazy?
I mean,
I mean, I was
Kinda
told I
does.
was quite perceptive and I pick up on things pretty quickly. You remember those burgers that I made? I'd never cooked before in my life.
That's fair. You do make a mean burger. Anyway. Now that I got this, I suppose I should get to work with it relatively soon. Other than that, though, no new leads recently concerning she who shall not be named. For good reason. Haven't heard
Yeah,
her,
our
haven't
local
seen her.
Voldemort.
Exactly. I was at the shutdown not too long ago. Everything was going relatively normal. No voices, no nothing. So, either we're getting to a point where she's becoming less frequent, or maybe she heard us talking, which, even if she did, I can't be too upset about that, to be honest. I hope she's afraid. Maybe she'll back off a little.
More than likely, she's recounting her options.
Would be
Seeing which
wise.
steps to take next. For her to just rush into something at this point would be reckless, and I think she knows it.
Yeah.
This Eastern import beer tastes like coffee.
Something we haven't considered as well is she might not be on her own time either. If she is working for something that wants her to do this, she might just simply have to listen to someone else.
Didn't those two giant assholes end up having to adhere to certain rules?
Yeah, that would be correct. If they made deals, they had to honor them.
Contractually bound. She could be
Okay.
suffering the same fate.
They got really good with contracts, so sometimes what's intended can still be used maliciously.
It's possible, simply. There's too many possibilities as to why she's away for us to just theorize at this point. We don't know enough.
Right. We'll just be talking in circles all over again.
Mm.
One thing's for
We're
certain,
theorizing all day.
though. Or theorizing all day. One thing's for certain, though, is that we still need to get ourselves prepared and ready for whatever the hell comes our direction. Which includes getting our equipment ready, and training, which trying to work on, but still struggling in some aspects.
I could allow you access to my area.
Your area? What do you mean?
Well, I am a part of a cargo shipping mercenary crew. I am making a training grounds for them so I can hire people. See what they actually do when they operate.
There's plenty of places around that have training simulation areas or just training pits.
Shutdown themselves, I heard. We could just have a shutdown little time.
True. I was there not
Practice
too long
there.
ago.
Oh, admittedly though, maybe that would be a bad idea given her.
To be fair, they've started taking steps in order to prevent her presence even further. Overseer and a few of the owners as well as the security are well aware of what she's been able to do, and they're on the lookout. Not to mention that they've allowed me to keep my weapons on me in the meantime for extra security reasons.
I guess I'm still just worried. Once one place is proven insecure, like I get it, you're gonna raise up your defenses, but like, if you accounted for that before, what's stopping her a second time, if you don't know what did it?
These hands.
Like Judas said. Although, to be fair, where we used to work wasn't exactly safe either. Nasty shit happened all the time on the bottom floor.
Again, these hands. It was a very interesting workplace. You would have hated it.
You would have hated it, significantly. Lots of people in together in one place thinking they're higher above than each other. Hardly anybody ever wanted to work with each other.
A place for ego to fester.
More than just ego, but yes.
Cock measuring contest.
Yeah. Lots of
Something
people,
like this, I
lots of
think.
people like to swing their dick around, makes them feel better about themselves.
Fight finder?
Some people actually were there.
Except it was every day and possibly to the death sometimes. If they weren't careful and people weren't paying attention.
It got rough. Regardless.
It sounds like, I'm sorry, this sounds like one of the, like, those movie things where just, like, a bunch of rip-off people gather together and just accumulate wealth
Very
and
negative
egos.
space.
It's like motivational speakers in one room.
Sure, that's what you want to attribute it to. It's one way to do it.
Definitely makes one more resilient, I guess. If there's one thing to be taken from it.
No kidding. If I survived that place...
It's nothing worse than people who, like, suddenly get a lot of power and then suddenly they think they can be leaders because they have power.
No comment.
Anyway. Oh, that's another thing. Judas, I remember you talking about this a while ago, and Tyler too. Y'all mentioned something about this human manifestation of will, the spirit of some kind, and sea anemone. I can say that, but I can't say the other. God damn it. Indomitable.
Indomitable?
Thank you. Thank you. The indomitable
I'm sorry, I'm
spirit.
gonna need to hear it one more time before, just to make sure I heard it properly.
When did you start making frequent jokes?
I hung around that, Dan guy quite a bit.
That makes sense.
You gained a sense of humor, then.
Him and Amelia have been, looking into some things.
I knew a synthetic who gained a sense of humor at one point. No one knew he was joking until he actually clarified it.
Yeah, fucking Tamashi's like that, too. I don't know where the hell he got that from.
Probably your kids.
Oh, most likely. Knowing Anya, especially. But this thing that affected me, you were there, you saw it. I mean, you witnessed it happen for the first time. Could you... I can't like explain it or like talk about it, because from my perspective, the only thing that happens for me is that shit just gets weird from my vision. But if you could explain it to her in a way that makes sense.
Benjamin and another particular person from the office had each other, more one-sided than anything. Quite frequently, he would make death threats and actually follow through with beating him up a couple times. But it came to a point, and I was there to mediate it, and it was either he kills Benjamin or Benjamin beats him, and something happened to his eye, and I've never seen him move that fast in my life. It came from the scar. Like a white flame.
Like I said, in terms of these particular things, while I had moments of like exertion of my own, the one who would know about it better would be the one I contacted sent you, my mom.
So I gotta contact your mom.
She's the expert on it.
We could also put you through several life or death scenarios to curse it out.
That is also an option, but
They would be monitored, of course. I mean, I'm not going to actually let you die.
the only times
Again,
it ever
big-
popped out was in
a big-
combat. So,
And a big problem with that being if he knows he's gonna die, and unless we actually put him into a near-death state, it won't happen. There's a good chance that it will
You
recognize it's
underestimate
not
the
dangerous.
levels of which I would allow somebody to put someone else to learn a lesson.
Judas is willing to do whatever he needs to in order to get certain results. That's why I like to work with him a lot. He and I had a very similar mindset. If he means it, I can't tell the difference between him trying to help me and him trying to kill me.
That is a little scary.
Well, that's Judas for you.
I try not to make it's more so the lack of emotion that
Also, alternative options in this one case. We know what triggered it before. All we can do is replicate it until someone can make more sense of it.
we're probably going to have to do both anyways.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely. The problem with it is that a few things have happened already that probably would have constituted being brought out in the first place. I mean, I've had 2 near-death scenarios already, and neither of which brought it out of me. I don't
There's
know.
a trigger. There's a particular trigger we have to click.
Maybe we just gotta figure out what it is, but
One
That's-
of them I'm hoping to avoid.
that's...
Probably cliche, but maybe it's not your time for it yet.
No, and maybe you're right. Maybe that's part of the whole reasoning.
We don't-
Work in
yeah, that
mysterious
is true.
ways.
We also don't know how strong or powerful this is. It is possible that your body may not just be simply capable of handling it yet either. And it knows it.
Fair. But again, this is only half the problem. We know the scenarios in which it actually pops out and when it can be used. I have some semblance of what I'm capable of while it is active, but I can't control it. If I have this innate ability, what good is it going to be if I can't actually utilize it when I need to versus when I have to?
Think about it this way. You don't know of cold until you touch cold. You don't know what's hot until you touch hot. You don't know how to swim until you learn.
So I just gotta get myself used to it. And once I grasp its
Exactly.
feeling,
You only now
Then
know that it's there. You don't
be
fully
able to
comprehend how it is.
Work it better to your benefit, like so.
oof. Ugh.
Me.
What was that? Is that you?
It's like being next to a giant's heartbeat.
Concentrated bloodlust.
Fuck. That's what that was. Huh. Careful giving me that. Okay,
One
so
thing we should know for sure that this is probably at least manifested this much because of these supernatural or odd experiences you've had throughout your life.
I blame you. Partially.
I didn't do any of it. I was just there to try to help you through it.
Guilty by
There's
association.
multiple reasons as to why someone says once you go into something or witness or be a part of something, you can't just go back. This is one of those reasons. It's a
Fair.
part of you.
It's going back to that whole conversation of I didn't ask for this. It just kind of happened, whether I like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it. All right, fine.
God gives his silliest
I
battles
feel.
to his
You ever
funniest
feel like you
clowns.
should, you had like a thought occur to you, and you feel like you should tell your friend, but you're not entirely sure how it'll go?
Occasionally. Have
I'm
those...
going through that right now.
With who?
You.
Oh. You don't have any feelings for me, do you?
Listen here.
Just
No,
checking.
nothing like that. It's. Well, let's take a think about it here for a second. Let's be honest here. You're willing to throw yourselves on a blade's edge at a given moment for the things that you care about, right? Your life, in terms of this, you understand that you're risking it. What if it didn't come out because it was your life on the line?
You referring to the possibility of me bringing it about because someone else that
Your
I care about?
determination to protect someone, yes. That's a possibility.
Got it. Sounds likely.
Did reference your daughters whenever it happened.
I'm well aware. I remember. Hated his guts for a while after that, too.
Perfectly okay too. He had opportunities to change and he took his path. I hope he's happy.
Me too. So,
Who?
co-worker of ours. Same person that pulled me into that fight in the first place.
Was a brother.
He walked a different path. One we
Nice.
couldn't really follow. India, such is life. But both scenarios that it happened in, it was very obvious that it was me attempting to give help or, I don't know, some form of survival mechanism.
Did you do it at all whenever you fought Damian?
No. No, but Damian mentioned that when he peered into me, he saw a little white flame.
Probably the same one.
You said that you pulled something out to look into me. What did you see?
Well, I used a scroll of detect and see magic, which basically anything that is innate, magical or natural of nature, I would be able to actually pinpoint in a given radius. I saw the infernal energy still amongst your body, your face, the burns, obviously. Again, when you're burned with something of that hellish nature, it doesn't just go away. But there was something else there. There was a white, burning, brimming light. I think both near the eye, but inside of you.
It's the same thing.
I mean, you could always try talking to Dan about this thing. Seems like a person that knows the psyche a bit better more than others.
Maybe I'll have to call him in at some point too.
Or at
But-
least the subconscious. He says something about that a lot, but a
True.
little weird, so.
You mentioned infernal energy. That would explain a lot. I still get subtle nightmares, but the burning sensation, the pain, doesn't really go away. It comes back in spurts every now and then. Kind of like it's breathing.
Have you tried to at least kind of... This is gonna sound weird. Moisturize your face with holy water and then say a prayer before night?
Knowing myself, I should have started doing that, but no. I just used lotion and burn cream.
I don't know if it'll entirely work, but considering it's an infernal essence that is causing it, maybe counteracting it with something more holy or radiant might actually help.
I don't think it'll diminish the scar, but it may as well. It might
Help
get
with
rid
the
of the
nightmares.
pain. Could help with the nightmares too, yeah. That much is true.
There's no guarantee. Those two signs have always struggled against each other.
Oh, bye, Bokum.
Bye.
He fucking died.
Was it me?
Better not have been.
This is cool.
That is really cool.
I'm gonna have to go very, very hard on my transport job.
What do you mean?
I lost my job at the brothel. It exploded.
I'm so sorry that you can't wear skimpy outfits and talk to men all day.
I know. I'm just more worried about the girls, if anything. I heard that they were fine now. That was the best brothel I ever worked at. First one I had to quit. Well, more like I was fired.
You know that you working at a brothel is only helping your stereotype, right?
How else was I supposed to actually survive?
Fuck, I don't know. You seem to be going about this transport job situation just fine. And normal work is always
Yeah,
on
in
the
terms
table.
of money. I didn't have a boyfriend then. Or anybody, really.
Don't you have multiple partners?
I do now. I didn't when I first worked.
I'm just asking. Easy.
It's okay. I understand. I get it. Listen, it's not seeking or delivering affections to other people that's my problem. It's people trying to eat people. That's my fucking problem.
Well, fair, I suppose.
Yeah, but I got fired from my first one because someone got handsy with a girl who didn't want it. So I crotch punched him.
Did you have fun?
No.
What happened?
Forgot that the bathroom was plugged. Needed to go to the bathroom.
Damn, that quick?
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Oh. I've had those before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Note to self,
Secret.
7-Eleven is the place to go.
Fair enough.
And just so you know, most of them were like clubs anyways. It's rare that I even got anything.
Yeah, well, anyway. So, training. This is something I'm gonna need to keep myself in the mind and spirit of. I know I'm able to go around shutdowns on Sundays. Arcala has another simulation room that they kind of manage on Tuesdays. That's tomorrow. What else? You mentioned this place where you're training to bring mercenaries and things like that in, right?
Yeah, hire-ons as well as actual crew for the transport jobs.
Sure, and where's this located? Is it in Saphira?
Oh, no, it's not in Saphira. It's in a little outpost site that I'm going to be like. It's near a scrapyard that we kind of rejuvenated into our own training lot.
Okay, where's the scrapyard located?
Sending coordinates. It's in a city that I am making lore for.
Is it in space or is it on planet somewhere?
It is on planet. It's a way for people to get introduced into relay space if they wanted to be from here.
Fair enough. It's not too far away.
No, not really. Thankfully.
It won't.
Plenty
Need
of
to
us
get a
on call.
car.
Yeah, there's that too. I was just worried about my suit's teleportation capabilities between transporting from different areas. I didn't want it to use too much energy by the time I got there, otherwise I'd have to sit down and recharge for about a half hour. Or swap out a core, but I've only got a handful of those. I try to be careful and liberal with them.
So, I got everyone the Shield of Faith scrolls now.
Not liberal,
At this-
conservative.
The next thing I think I'm going to try to get is from the relay satellite, which is either electro attachments to weapons or some way to actually provide electrical charges to them.
Got it.
Electricity is going to be my main method of attack because I don't really have anything else.
Electricity's not a bad form of damage. Fucks with a lot of things robotic and it jolts muscles. Especially if you hit them in the right area.
You have to also be very careful because it can also do it to anything it touches.
Fair. Judas here is attuned with the wind. It's like a Jedi. Uses the Force. Or he can do that.
Yeah.
He pulled the air out of my lungs once. That was an interesting thing to happen. Felt really weird
That's
too.
something that I'm not
You know, when I
particularly
thought he
proud
would
that I
take your
know how
breath
to
away,
do.
this is not how I thought it would happen.
Oh. Why?
It was too easy.
I had to learn techniques to diffuse situations. That just happened in one of them. I only had to
Can't
use it a
argue if you
couple
can't
times,
breathe.
Exactly. Can't argue if you can't breathe. Can't do dumb shit if you can't move.
especially if it makes you unconscious.
Which it did. I was out for a little while.
I remember seeing this thing on the relay satellite where someone was doing a demonstration of this like technology that would lock down power armor. Kind of literally trap you inside your own suit.
That's
If
not
it relied
good.
upon anything. Yeah, it locks down the power armor so long as that power armor is like movements and enhanced movements relying upon a system.
I know these ones are. Not to an upholstered degree. I mean, I gained some beneficial attributes by wearing it, but nothing crazy. But it is still lockable. If someone was able to shut down my suit system, it gets incredibly hard for me to move.
It's basically like telling the suit, it's like giving the suit a stop motion, where it's like it's trying to hold you in place rather than help you move.
Good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, this bitch we're not trying to arrest, so...
No, very much not. I would like to not have to deal with her ever again, or see her.
Something that needs to be taken in consideration, though, is... Are we immediately killing, or are we trying to get answers first? If we have the opportunity.
If the opportunity arises... I guess,
Because if I'm being honest, I would like to know if there's more than just her that may be interested.
but if we kill her, then maybe we bar the chance of the others coming and finding me. She was the only one that knew of my existence beforehand.
Or whatever's commanding her might double down.
But at that point, why? What's the effort in it? Why come after me in the
That's what we
first place?
don't know yet. For all we know, she's doing this for a huge-ass ritual for some demonic entity or force. And whatever it has, it needs you in particular. That can't be ignored.
I fucking sure as shit hope not.
For all we know, killing her stops it all and it just finds something else. But I would like to know that before just pulling the trigger. If I have that option.
Are you able
To
to...
be fair, I don't think the first time we're going to encounter her, we're going to be able to. So I think that's plenty of time to information dig.
You got a good point.
Especially if we tickle her ego a little bit.
Like we mentioned before with that plan with the others. As long as we sit her down and get her to start talking, maybe we can get her to slip something up.
Or plant something.
Like what?
Something to know where her actual places are. Where she visits, where she goes.
She knows where I go,
Sure.
where I visit.
And if she has a place that she goes to get all of this orders, maybe if we plan to track her.
Oh, she moves through the shadows and she teleports around. How can we guarantee something like that's gonna even stick to her?
Because she has weaponry and clothes. She might be doing something to them, but it's good to find out maybe some hints as to what, if that is the case.
Place a tracker on her in the middle of fighting her.
Judas, you're the
At the
fastest
very-
one.
Yeah.
Hands.
Worst case scenario, she recognized that we put a tracker on her, and she thinks that we're planning to track her base. Instead of actually whatever else we're planning. So maybe it'll be a good false lead at the worst case scenario.
Kind of mess with her mental a little.
New
If you'd
director.
like to at least attempt me putting it on, you would have to make the device, but I would be more than willing to.
I can make a tracking device pretty easily. I've made GPSs before. Might be able to make it small enough for her not even to be able to notice, too. I still gotta work on that tape stuff for that other person. Maybe I can coerce that into this, too. But yeah, you're the fastest one that I know. You being able to rush in, slap her, do something, anything. Make it seem like you're giving her a good hit. And then backing off. Just to let the tracker settle. But this first
I would
encounter,
probably be able to buy us the most time.
I'd imagine so.
Not to say that I would like to do that because I haven't done that in a while. I'm a little out of it, a little rusty.
Maybe this training would be a good thing then. Put your running
It
shoes
might.
back on.
Try to figure out where my new limits are, so I don't overexert myself. Yeah, I mean,
Well, let's work together on that then. I don't even know what I'm capable of quite yet. And you sure as hell don't either. How about we work together on that? Figure out where we
I know
lie.
I'm capable of quite a lot, but I'm more so wondering if this is okay with it.
Gotcha.
If I'm willing to hurt myself a little bit, I can still do it. It's just I would rather not. It's still probably a lot like what you just said. Phrasing is still weird for me describing. Anyways, I'm rambling.
You're fine. Judas has this little situation going on with him. He's got some weird crystal growing out of his chest.
I saw it whenever we were at the meeting.
That's right. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, I'm just lost in thought trying to outthink a devil, effectively in this case. Trying to make things not obvious, or trying to find ways that would cover our excuses as to why things are happening. Questions in her mind that she's going to have.
You can
For
slap
instance,
me,
like,
but think like yourself. What would you do if you gave in to your desires?
it may not be as, direct as you would think as that would be.
How so?
Well, think about it this way. Everyone lusts for something, or everyone yearns for something. Something that I've originated from was lust. So in this case, I would need to know what I lust for, and I would need to know what my dark attribute of lust would be. And, like, basically the line that I draw. And considering I've spent my entire life on unlearning things like that, it's a little hard to delve back in.
Fair. It's
But
like trying to
I
get
know
a muscle
devils.
memory all over again. Oh, goddamn.
I know devils and the way they operate. In terms of that, I've spent a lot of time fighting them. So with this being the case, think about it this way. Look at the scenario you are making and ask questions. That is how you win. Because if you have an answer to the questions, that's what she's going to be thinking. For instance, if she suddenly sees you transporting your family in a hurry and a rush, she's going to ask, okay, why is he doing this? I haven't made a move yet that would make him want to do that. Would he be this reckless? And if you have your answers, then you know what to think.
Good point.
So, worst case scenario, we make a quote-unquote third party that is going to pretend to rush at us. We're going to defeat them and leave her a quote-unquote opportunity. But how to do
You could
that
tie it
all?
You could tie it into the popped tire. We could fake a raid on some kind of convoy, small thing that you're pulling.
Something that would
transporting
likely
goods.
happen.
It's not
Something that
uncommon
wouldn't
to see a
mind
foot
getting
board with a
hurt.
bunch of nails in it.
It's a little risky if they find out about it. What if we fake an LF raid on us? Or a patrol?
Interesting. That's
That
unique.
wouldn't work either. LF, once contacted or actually confronted, only raise the stakes. They don't pull back. Not without raising to level 5.
There's also the fact we don't really need to overcomplicate this.
You're right.
We'll try different methods first. This whole thing is going to be trial and error anyway. We need to figure out what we are capable of, what she's capable of, and what works and what doesn't. But
We practice and train now. When the time for that plan to come has arrived, we do what we had intended.
You know,
Poke and prod.
I
Go
agree
it
from
with
really
there.
wasn't. It
yeah.
really wasn't until now that I actually missed my powers back in Faerun. You okay?
Fine.
What's going on?
It's just a cough.
I don't remember you getting sick.
Benjamin, I'm literally dying.
Oh.
I feel like you might have
I-
forgotten that.
You are, well, probably one of the strongest people he knows. Contributing that into the factor, he probably doesn't think of you
That
dying
he
often.
knows that views him fondly, I guess. He knows people that are far stronger.
You know what I mean. I don't... Sometimes when you look at someone strong enough, you could never imagine anything taking them down. So you don't.
It's hard to imagine someone getting the better hand on you. I'm not gonna lie to you, Judas.
He knows most of the office.
You still lived. So did I.
Alright. Something else is I'm gonna be probably figuring out more in terms of light is the best advantage we have. So maybe just a high frequency light that I can flash on my helmet.
Light
That'd
and
be
anything holy related is going to be our best bet. Like I said, gather any equipment that you have or whatever you might think you need. And as Judas mentioned, we start training relatively soon. We gotta figure this out.
That warehouse raid is gonna come into far more handy than I expected.
Yes, it is. We'll need those supplies. Speaking of which,
You should be not done from now. I have to call in my honey.
please, I need those projectors relatively soon.
She gave me an update recently. It's a lot of messages. Okay. About 5 days ago, it was 3 out of 4 of the way done. So it shouldn't be long.
Taking forever. Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, but you're also asking for the highest of quality.
I
It's a little
know. I know.
Something else to also keep in mind. Actually, I never actually what you were using it for. Not that it's my business, of course.
A friend of mine by the name of Riot. She needs them to cover up her little
Right.
base of operations. Right now, it's somewhere in the industrial zone inside Saphira. The projectors are going to overlay the entire upside of the base that she has. It's going to replace the imagery of a city beneath it. So whenever LF units fly over, or corporates or anybody else flies over, all they see is just a cityscape. They don't see what's underneath.
I thought I had a friend at one point with the nickname Riot. She worked with the brothel at me at one point.
Tall, white hair, green armor suit.
Not the one I know then.
Different, yeah.
Anyway. Oh, right.
She's a nice lady.
I know you said only 2 of your kids were the Unagi.
Yeah,
The ones.
so, Anya, why am I forgetting my own kids' names? Anya and Momiji, I have so fucking many of them. They are Unagi Joro. Well, technically they're half-breeds, I guess. I'm human, but that doesn't really matter. They're Unagi Joro, eel, lamia race of people. Slimy.
Well, yeah, descended from mermaids, indeed.
Exactly. My newest addition is Odonata. He's a little bastard. Cybernetic, cyborg little critter. Got a little mechanism inside his body. He's got nerve endings and organs and stuff like that, but his outside is still of a mechanical shell. You can transform into flying little objects. He's a bit of a dragonfly in a helicopter, and he can carry decent things. He has a weird fear response to loud noises, especially gunshots. He had a bit of an issue with one not too long ago. And my last kid, Atara, which I actually knew her from the office. She was once somebody else's daughter, but it's better that I have her anyway. She used to be some sort of a weird ghost, but now she's been... what was the term? Nephilim. She's a Nephilim. A bit of a weird mixture between an angel and a devil. She started training with a bow and arrow recently. And she's getting pretty goddamn good at it, too.
Oh,
What?
who have you told?
A handful of people? Why?
Okay.
Judas knows, Cupcake knows, a few people around the bay.
Do you know?
That she's half angel, half devil? Sure.
Yes, but do you know what that...
I didn't realize that was a problem. I just figured that was something
Oh
that...
god, you don't know.
Am I
Okay,
missing something?
Yes!
I'm
Mostly
interested to
that
learn this as well.
Nephilims are hunted by both hell and heaven.
What the hell do you mean? They're hunted by both hell and heaven.
Celestials and devils have hunted Nephilims for as far as I've ever known. It's why they're considered rare, almost mythical, even in Faerun most of the time.
For what purpose? What does that benefit anyone?
I didn't research too deep into it, but some prophecy or some idea that it will cause a collapse between both sides.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So they can have a racial genocide all they want, but the minute I start disliking a specific group of people, well, God forbid.
I don't know. It's just what I know, and as far as I've known, most Nephilims that have existed have been targeted before. As far as people who have known about them, anyways.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I appreciate the information.
It could be different here, though. It could be different here, as far as I know. I'm not certain.
Okay.
But either way, I'm gonna keep an eye out about it either way. I'm sure she's still lovely, of course. Unexpectedly so.
She's a little sweetheart. She turned 14 not too long ago. No, sorry, 15. One of the two.
This is something that had came up when it came to, well, Daisy before. When I was, talking with, Charles. You are going to be teaching them and training them, of course. Is there a certain age that you wish to usually have that happen?
Whenever they feel like they're capable, I suppose.
That reminds me. I still have to make sculptures for your new kids.
I already bought them all giant plushies.
You what?
What do you mean, what?
You didn't have to get...
yeah, tradition. Whenever I go and, meet a family, go to a house, or to an event, I always bring gifts. Mom's always told me to do so.
You gotta step up your game. That... it was a joke, Judas. It was a joke. Your hand sculptures are very nice.
But, I mean, I had one of...
This is
you.
Oh.
How finely crafted is it?
So the only person that would be able to tell that there's been a significant improvement is him. You would say that this is probably about like on the lower end, like somebody who has started, but you can tell they've been doing it for a minute.
Oh, you started a detail
But
pattern. That's nice.
You would notice that he has significantly stepped it up, and he has went into as far as articulating the detail in the armor. Not very well, but.
Judas, this is... Oh, fuck, buddy.
Oh,
Very well
shit.
done.
Sorry, out of character as well. Just like with all of the other ones that he's given, it also has a little faint hum to it. Like it...
Are you okay?
It's not
Yeah.
radioactive, I swear.
No, I'm fine. I'm just... It's very nice. It is... Very, very nice. I'm gonna not let go of that. Can I hug you?
Aww.
Sure.
Thank you so much. God damn it. Okay.
Just have a lot of free time.
You did a great job. You did a really great job. I'm excited to see what you did for the others too. Now I got that out of my system. I'm sure they'll love the plushies, especially Anya. She likes big, giant, fluffy things. Atara too. She's got a lot of stuffed animals in hers.
I got them different kinds in case they like different vibes. Got a Whale Lord, a Lucario, some dragon-like one. Things like that.
Sorry, I realized I was about to cut in again, and I didn't want to be rude.
No, you're good now. Go ahead.
Still figuring out the pacing and conversations.
Aren't we all?
I started on one for Taro like a while back. Never really got around to finishing it.
No time like the present.
Well, also she was a ghost. I don't know if she would like the old appearance.
That's fair. Could always
I
change it.
found one that was a bit more transparent with its. He pulls it out.
Yeah.
And you would see like the top of it start, like he's got down to about like here. And it's still of like her ghostly appearance, but you can see through the stone. And it hits off the light in a particular way. It doesn't blind, it's just kind of
It has a shimmer, yeah.
yeah. It definitely it refracts it very well into the hand that's holding it.
Keep it like that. Give her this one to start, and then if you really feel like it, make her another. But finish this one.
You would see as he like pulls the chest piece down and slides it back into place. There's like the outline, you could see like very briefly like a couple of other ones that he's just got just behind his chest plate. Bro's got an active fucking claymore on his chest.
Oh god.
I can't help but feel like I don't know. I learned about this
See,
whole
someone else
upstaging
has
thing, and
checked
I'm always afraid of
packages.
doing that.
Fair.
It's a packet. What?
I store things in my bra.
Oh. I saw a woman do it once, and I thought it was. Well, I say woman. It was my girlfriend.
Used to put my glove there.
What, you put a gun
You
between
could fit
your...
a handgun in there.
It's a bra of holding.
What?
Were they that
Yeah.
bad?
Well, what that bad?
How? I'm not gonna ask that.
That one went over my head. That one went over my head.
I'm not gonna ask that question. I'm not gonna do that.
Pay attention.
So the what he said after that, what he said, he was like, "Were they that bad?"
My boobs or my bra?
Yeah, he was making a direct reference to your chest.
Being big, heavy, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. Back problems.
It's
Oh yes.
completely missing the social like what's appropriate type thing. Sorry, I needed a character break because I
You're
forgot.
okay.
I can't, I was
You're
like,
okay.
did I really just fucking say that? I'm so sorry. Okay.
I mean, sometimes.
I can't believe this is what we're talking about right now.
Always had a fascination with random things.
That's
This
fair.
way you have to take your daughter's clothes shopping.
Hey. One day, not today.
You'll know true struggle.
They're still too young. They're too young. I've still got it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's okay.
Goes by faster than you think.
I'm trying to ignore that. Anyway. I think
Well, it's good to know for all of those details at least.
I'll
Prepare for it.
I'll send you some information and I'll send you my address. Although, like I mentioned, not only do I have Judas there and all my kids, but I do have a bodyguard, Tamashi.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that
I'll
you
always
mind
message
him.
beforehand.
Exactly. And make sure that you mind his every word. He kind of has his own little law around the house. Alright. I think that's good enough for tonight. I suppose...
Also, you made sure that the mail doesn't get delivered directly to your house, right?
You're talking about the projectors, yeah?
No, everything. Wherever you're staying, make sure the mail doesn't go directly to the house.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna want a box area.
Okay, I'll figure that out. I didn't fucking know it.
I know, but like my friend Marcus just basically got an infection from someone mailing an infection to him.
Got it.
Something, pipe bombs in the mailbox.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Judas. You're not wrong. The last thing I need to
You're not
fucking
wrong at all.
hear is me getting my morning coffee and walking outside and opening my fucking mailbox. Exactly, yeah. So.
The Daily Bugle.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
You're having a barbecue, aren't you?
Oh, that's right. Well, at some point, I gotta hash out details as to when. But yeah, some of the people at the shutdown were talking about it. I said I could make food, and even if I can't do it with them, I mean, I sure as shit can have it at my house, no problem, so.
I'll bring fruit
You
salad.
also now have a bar.
I also now have a bar.
We should really start to clear this and make it our own, really.
We'll get
By all
there.
means, I mean,
We have a back room.
Could use more cowboy-themed stuff.
the only thing that the owner requested in the deal was that some of his family pictures stay up, as this is still a front for him
Right.
owning it.
That's fine.
We got kegs.
Of course we got kegs. Where do you think we keep all the alcohol?
I'm just checking, see what we can do with the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know what your guys' schedule looks like, but I suppose we can plan to meet sometime either this upcoming week or next week. What do y'all think?
I'm staying at your residence, so
You kind of follow me around anyway.
I can make do.
Maybe
So
it's...
long as it's on a planned day.
Sure. Maybe it's a good idea to get Cody and Sam in on this as well, since they're also involved with the plan. If all of us train together, we'll be in the know-how of what each of us are truly capable
What was the
of.
answer on the truck deal?
Oh, I forgot about that. I gotta message her still. See if I can borrow her truck. I'll get on that. I'll message you later tonight when I get an answer.
Alright.
Alright, I guess I'll
Okay.
text you later.
I want to get this chest off my boobs.
What? What? Why did she say it like that?
They're restricting.
Okay. Not my fault you got big tits.
women.
You're so true. You're so right. Dab me up, Judas. Dab me up. Dab. Yeah, there it is.
I
Yeah.
think I might be hanging out with Dan a bit too much.
You probably are. That's okay though. I like Dan. He's funny.
I mean, he's alright. He's kind of scary.
He's unique.
Right. Well,
Let's go home.
do we want to go the slow way or? Piggyback.
Oh, you son of a bitch. All right, fine. Okay. Car's down.